I'm a respectful person. You see, I don't crop dust people. You ever been shopping and walk into somebody's crop dust? Hell, you can tell what they had for supper. It was something.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Gossipin' Gypsy Sisters. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Amy. You may know us from the TLC show Gypsy Sisters. We're here with our very own new podcast called the Gossipin' Gypsy Sisters, where we break down all things gypsy.
From the culture to the fashion to our everyday lives. Each week we'll be updating you guys all of what's going on in our personal lives, as well as we are going to be breaking down the very next episode of Gypsy Sisters for the very first time right here with you guys.
So if this is your first time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more gypsy content.
Well, guys, today's a special episode of the Gossipin' Gypsy Sisters, and we are joined by comedian and viral sensation Michelle Ryder, more commonly known as Shelly Belly.
You may know Shelly Belly from her time as a contestant on season 3 of Netflix, The Circle. Her viral TikTok videos have over 1.6 million followers. And her brand new stand-up special, Shelly Belly, Don't You Judge Me, which you can buy on Amazon Prime and Apple and other platforms.
Wow, I am super stoked and excited about this today.
So am I. So am I.
Well, welcome to the show, Shelly Belly. Thank you so much for coming.
Hello. Listen, my kids are freaking out because they love y'all. They're like, those are my girls. They're my do or die. So they are so excited I'm on here. I'm excited I'm on here.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are family and y'all just don't even know it yet. I'm serious.
Well, tell your girls we say hi.
I will do it. I will do it. It is such a pleasure to meet y'all. I have been watching your stuff on TV. I've been watching, on YouTube, and y'all are my sister from another mister. Y'all really are.
That's really how I feel, because after watching you and getting to really know a little like back history on you, I was like, that is our kind of girl right there. Like, I felt connected.
Absolutely. Me too with y'all.
I don't know that we're not family somewhere down the line. We'll figure that out though, Shelly. That's for sure.
We'll do a 23andMe DNA. How about that?
Well, let's see here. For people who might be meeting you for the first time, who is Shelly Belly in your own words?
A comedian.
Yeah,
Artist.
in every way. And who gets a chance to go and not only be a comedian, but to take part in a show, like a catfish show?
I know, that whole show, I believe that everything in our life happens for a reason. Y'all been there, you've done that, right? You know what I'm saying? And that was just the beginning of I was already doing stand up. And then that platform to open, and I was like, look, if I'm going to do this, the world's got to know who I am. And so I went on the reality show, and it was a great time. It was a great opportunity, and been there, did that, had my little 5 seconds of fame because I was only on there like 2 episodes. And and then, now I'm touring all over the country and just released my new comedy special and fixing to write a book. I've got so much going on now.
Are you going to do any touring in Tennessee? All right.
I'm actually going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee, and Memphis, Tennessee.
We live near Knoxville.
Well, I'm coming to see you, and I mean that from my heart. When you make it to Knoxville
next week, it's going to be like the 10th, and yeah, the 10th. I'm going to be at the open court in Knoxville.
Awesome.
Well, and you don't have to asking, like, I seen your special premiere on Prime, but how did you go from that to actually being able to be on the circle? Because the circle, I've never even seen nothing quite like it. And it was pretty enthusiastic.
I liked it.
I loved it.
So, I was on social media, I was my babies are gone and, grown and gone. And, I was working a regular job and I started getting on social media and, just showing out because that's just who I am. I just showing my butt and, not literally, but, showing out. And, so next thing you know, I got to like a half a million followers and a talent person from I can't remember the name of what production company is with, but they were with another production and they asked me, "Hey, would you think you'd be interested in being on a reality show?" And I was like, I thought it was, fake or something like that, but I was like, something just told me to go with it. So I had to, go through all the steps of doing a mental test and all this. So I'm mentally, sound. And I had to go through all this stuff. And they said, "Hey, you're going to the next level." And next thing I know, I'm on an airplane flying to England uh, during the middle of COVID to do this show.
This show was actually filmed in England. Now
It was.
that part did not that wasn't established like as from what I watched, but oh my gosh, girl. No way.
That's a long plane ride too.
Yeah.
And it that rides over water, which to me is a little scary.
It was. Well, it was dark, so I didn't see anything. So as long as I can't see it, it ain't there. Until you turn on the little airplane on, where it's the little airplane that shows you going over stuff. Yeah, I won't do that again. Um, so then I get there and the little Uber guy drops me off at this in the middle of England, just drops me off. And I have my name had to be a different name. My name was like Ruby or something like that. Because if people got word I was there, they would come there trying to find out who I was. So I had to do all this, that, and other, and I get there, and next thing you know, I finally found my hotel, and it's up these flights of stairs, and I got like 3 things of luggage, and I'm crying. I'm like, I can't get up. I am a hot mess. So
I'm
finally
the
I
same.
get there. Huh?
I do the same thing. I get just like that.
Oh, I got frazzled. I was just all over the place. So finally I get there and so I'm in this place in the middle of England. I don't know where I am and all I have is my cell phone to contact family for 2 weeks cuz I had to be quarantined.
Wow.
So then they come and pick me up 2 weeks later, took my phone and put on hair and makeup. Next thing you know, I'm in a room walking in with the director telling me, "Hey, go in and be enthusiastic." I said, "Honey, I got this. You ain't got to tell me to be enthusiastic."
Exactly what you were doing. You didn't need to tell they didn't tell you anything. You
Before the war, who Shelly Belly was, who was Michelle Ryder growing up in the South?
Honey, listen, I was poor white trash. That's who I was. I was, I was poor white trash. I got pregnant at 17, had my child when I was 18. And he said, "I don't want a baby, bye." And there I was, little old 17 years old, pregnant, didn't know what to do, raising my baby. And then 2 years later, there I was, pregnant again. And it's just been, I had a rough life. I'm not gonna lie I had a pretty rough life growing up. And I always knew I wanted to do comedy. I always knew it. My daddy took me to go see Jerry Clowers when I was 7. And I knew I wanted to do comedy since I was 7, but then you grow up and life happens. And then, I had an opportunity, once my kids grew up, were gone, I was like, I want to do it. And I told my husband I wanted to do it. And I went to an open mic. And the next thing you know, boom, I went from, and from just being poor, raised up in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains and, then I moved to a poor little mill town and, just, we moved all the time. And it's just been a crazy life. But here I am today, and I'm just so thankful for everything. Everything I've been, um, the world has handed to me.
Gypsies, I think you're truly gypsy at heart because gypsies travel a lot too. And honestly, tend to have babies at a very young age. I got pregnant at 16 and had Danielle at 17. So I can relate to you in that way. Um, just a small town girl living in a lonely world, baby. But you overcome everything when you're determined.
That's right. That's right. And that's what my book is going to be about is, we look at people and we judge people without even knowing who they are. And people see me as an entertainer and they see me as this person, but if you really knew me, would you feel differently? And it's just me saying, look, I was a teen mom, quit school in the ninth grade to go to work because I didn't have any help. And I went from that to being a receptionist to growing in one of the largest staffing firms there is to the CEO and then
Wow.
winning the staffing. So my book is kind of telling people, look, it don't matter where you come from. Don't use it as an excuse. Use it as a way to break a cycle. Break that cycle.
Grow from it. When things are bad, you don't use that as a crutch. You grow from that. You do better and set better examples.
Exactly. And that's what I want to do for my kids is tell my, let my kids know if I can do what I'm doing at 57 years old, you can do anything. And all my kids are very successful and they're like, Mom, if you can do it, I can do it. I said, that's right. There are no excuses. Excuses is failure.
No, you're absolutely right. And I can picture you as being like the very, very funny, entertaining one in the room growing up.
Even I see you doing that for events, like setting events up at your house and all that.
I see you as being as a person that laughs through your pain and
I
don't let
do.
that whole
I do. And I was bullied real bad growing up because I was poor. I didn't have nice clothes and I wore the kid tennis shoes with that were dirty and stinky, because I didn't have any socks, and people make fun of me so bad and I learned if you can make people laugh, they want to be around you.
That's exactly right. You are so right about that. No one wants to be around misery. Everyone wants to be around very uplifting spirits.
Exactly. And so that's carried over and it and there's so much bad going on in the world right now, and so you just want to make humor and make people laugh and forget about everything. And that's what I love to do. Stage is home for me now. And I love doing it. I love it.
And I know your dad was a big part, like, as far as you, like, really taking up the comedian world. Uh, but like, is he ultimately, like, was he the one that really influenced you to put you there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my daddy was a long haul truck driver. And my daddy loved stand up comedy. He loved it. And my daddy he'd be gone for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, right? And a- he'd call my mom and he'd say, no, he'd say, I'm on my way home. Get all the kids in the living room. I want to tell y'all some jokes that I heard at the TNA truck stop. And eh, my daddy had the worst speech impediment, and I would never make fun of anybody. That's not my character. But
I
my
see you
dad,
stuttered a lot, which is what
he
kind of kept.
stuttered horribly. It was horrible. Uh, and I never understood a thing he said when he told a joke, but I knew that it was funny because everybody would laugh or either pretend to. And I thought, man, that's a good feeling. And so my dad passed away a few years back, and my mom and my dad and my cousins, they all call me Shelly Belly. And so, in honor of my daddy, he never got to see me do stand up. That's why I have the name Shelly Belly. to carry on the memory of my dad.
I seen that, and that touched me. If he were here, surely he would be so proud of you for staying on his legacy in the comedian world. Although he couldn't be that person, you are that person, and you took it on for him and in his name, and give him the honor of calling your comedian show Shelly Belly, which that was very touching to me. Very touching.
Well, nobody calls me Michelle. Nobody. Everybody. I mean, that's my nickname, and it's always been my nickname. And if somebody calls me Michelle, I'm in trouble.
I know what you mean there, girl.
Yeah.
Your first stand up like comedy, was it scary or were you nervous? How did it go?
Well, I always tell people that if you're nervous, you're in the right industry. Because if you're not nervous, then you've lost your drive. You've lost the want to be an entertainer. If I ever lose being nervous, then I need to go back and reevaluate myself. Um, the when I'm on stage, I'm home. Like I said, that's where I'm supposed to be, and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. And yes, I'm nervous every time I get on stage. I am a wreck. I was nervous before I come on here. I still am. And
I don't have to be.
You're a good little girl. I think you're really a gypsy at heart. I don't even know you. I don't even know you realize just how much. That's all.
well, I believe I'm a free spirit, honey. I'm a free spirit. And my mama used to say, she said, she'd tell us when we'd move a lot, she said, Lord have mercy, we move like a band of gypsies, let me tell you. That's what she'd say. And I'd say, well, I guess that's what we are, is gypsies.
Real white stuff though. And it's your comedy's kind of like, it sounded like things you would hear from someone's front porch on a Friday night, girl.
Have you ever met Darren Knight? We went to one of his shows one time. You remember?
Yeah, Darren Knight.
Yeah. He does
It's comedian too.
he's a big comedian, and my husband used to watch his YouTube videos all the time. We went there. That's the first one I've ever been to. It was hilarious. Like in person.
Yeah, I actually went to go see him when he first came out because I love comedy, as much as the next person, and yeah, I've seen him live.
With you being
I don't know him
know
personally.
a lot of comedians.
Do what now? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, with this being like your real home at heart, I'm sure you know a lot of comedians.
I don't.
But you have your own special little trait, you have your own special little way. It sounds very authentic, and I'm not gonna lie, you are entertaining. Very.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. Is there's a lot of amazing entertainers in the industry. I mean, just everybody has their niche, but I believe that like I said, everything happens in a way that just falls into place, right? And I'm sure y'all have felt that too with y'all's career and everything. And during this time, there was nothing. There's nowhere in the comedy industry or the movie and film industry right now with somebody like me. There's nobody. And it's just like, wow, here's this dirty woman that's like your Aunt Thelma that smokes Virginia Slim menthols in the backyard telling nasty jokes. That's me.
Hey, well, you want to know something that also intrigued me with you? Like, you started your own little fan base and your own following, and built. It didn't even take the fame to make you famous. Your platform brought its own audience before you even set sailed on your own, which I thought was out of this world amazing.
Angels. Angel. She's up. I'm sorry, my dog, y'all.
Get them right, girl. Get them right. Tear them up.
She's that mega prime. I don't want to let her in here because her dog's here and they'll play too rough.
I need to come over there with a switch.
Yeah.
Dogs, I want to say something. You are so right about not letting a dog lick you in the face when they're licking their booty hole and their coochies. But
I'm not doing it.
I was like, no way she said that to her. Because the Michelle that imitated you, they were like, that's the whole reason they did that to you. It was in a plot. I mean, you were really being straight up and very, most Americans would agree with you. Me personally.
Listen, I don't let certain body parts of my husband touch my face, and I sure as in heck ain't gonna let my dog's tongue touch my face after he licks his butthole. I'm not gonna do it.
You are so right. Listen, I have a Boston Terrier, and she is like my youngest child that's never leaving. At least I like to I don't want to think she's ever going to leave me. But, and I love her like I love my kids, but I don't really, I never leave me in my face either.
No, not gonna do it.
Oh, regardless. And they're going to do what they do, but you got to be clean at the same time. And when Amy was talking about the dog, I went back to that part. And I was like, man, they really got her like that over the dog.
Well, there's always behind the scenes that we can't talk about that really, there's always a maneuver that they do that you can't really talk about. You think it's going to come out. Yeah, okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that one. But it's not not all what you think.
Not when it comes to reality, nothing's always as it seems. There's things that are, like you said, you really can't talk about it, but at the end of the day, it's a reality show. It's going to be what it's going to be. But yeah, I got you on that. I got you.
Have you ever had people meet you like out in public and say you're just like that in your videos, like you're the same, no difference? Like it,
Yeah, I was at Walmart the other day, and there was a woman. Me and my husband was pushing a buggy through because I was having a watch party with my family and stuff the next day or that night actually, and we're pushing the buggy through. And this woman, as I walk by, she goes, and my husband's like, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Is that?" He goes, "She is." Now listen, I had to go to the bathroom. It was not good timing. And I am not using a bathroom in Walmart. Not the kind of bathroom I had to use. I said, I'm not moving. I said, yeah, I'll hover to pee pee, but I can't do the other. So I was like, we need to hurry this up. Don't we need to hurry it up. But yeah, so because I'm like, I got to get home. And but people do recognize me and they're like, oh my God, you really are like that. And I said, "Well, who am I supposed to be? I am me." Now when I get really excited, this accent gets thick. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It gets thick.
Now, I'm about you. You're probably cracking
your husband a long time, ain't you?
I get on. Listen, my husband had a motorcycle accident a couple of years ago, and my husband is on tour with me. We are together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. And my husband, God bless him, I don't know how he does it. He'll look at me sometimes and he'll go, God, I love you. I just want you to know that. And he said, it's hard. It's hard.
Oh, I'm sure it is hard. And
He has to share you with the world.
exactly. And those aren't easy shoes to wear when you are like you're fulfilling a dream, but at the end of the day, you're still you and you're still want to be you at heart. So it is tough when we're juggling a million different things.
Well, I've had people ask me, how does it feel to see yourself on TV and to see yourself performing on all these, TV shows and the news and, and I said, well, you tell me how do you feel? How am I supposed to feel? I don't know how to feel because I'm like I said, I come from nothing. So to have something, right? And this is the best way I can explain it. It's almost scary to have something because you're used to your something being taken away from you.
I know exactly where you're coming from, girl. We weren't raised by no means. We weren't necessarily poor, but I tell you what, we didn't just get things on a random because it was Monday and I wanted that. It was a holiday, and even on those times, it was like, a big deal, a very big deal. Not like the world today. Today's world, they just hand their kids everything. And then when they get to be a certain age, they don't know what it takes to juggle or handle the lifestyle that you've taught them that, that it's supposed to be this way, but it doesn't operate.
You gotta earn it, not it's just give it handed to you.
Right, right. And so I have been, I have been one of the luckiest people in the world. I mean, I don't mind saying I come from nothing because with nothing, you strive to have something, right? If you have everything,
That's right.
yeah, if you have something, then you don't struggle to have more.
That's
You know,
exactly right. What you have. You overly appreciate the little things. I know exactly where you're coming from.
yeah.
Should
So, so this has just been for me. It's like I don't know how to take it all in. I mean, y'all know, y'all are, everybody knows who y'all are. You've been there. And I think the other night my husband went to bed. Everybody was gone from the watch party. And I'm sitting in the living room by myself. And I will tell you, I had a moment and I turned on Amazon Prime and I opened it up and I watched it a little bit and I cried, because it kind of hit me that I have worked so hard. I did 170 shows last year. Last year. Yeah. Yeah. So you have a lot of comedians that go, here's my tour. And it's like 10 shows. And you're like, I wish I have nothing has been handed to me. I promise you. I have worked. People say, you've only done comedy 6 years. How did you do this? And how did you do that? Because nobody is going to give me nothing. I have to work for it, and I have.
right. That's right. You're so right about that, man. Should we redo that one? It is. And you want to know something? I could not believe that Michelle imitated herself as really being you to get you out. And she really tricked them on the circle. She tricked everyone. I was mind blown at that you were actually like a carbon copy of the fake. When you come in as the mom of the group, with the mother hen with pure intentions, and you got cheated by a catfish.
Yep.
I couldn't
Yep.
believe that, girl. You're
I
so authentic and genuine. I don't know how no one is when she started reaching out and trying to really paint herself as to be the real one. The orange was the fake and the blue was the real. I was like, I didn't really think that was gonna fly. I couldn't believe it did fly. I was like, damn, how do you go in there and choose to be real? And with seeing what I've seen and knowing what I know, I would expect nonetheless that you went in there as yourself. So really just go as I'm Michelle, also known as Shelly Belly. Let's get this.
yeah.
So you went there with the best of intentions to put your all in. So I really, really, really highly thought a lot of you going and doing that show.
Well, I don't know how to be. I don't know how to, act like anybody else, right? I have to be myself, or I'm not genuine. And that's one thing about me is at my shows, at my meet and greets, I hug people and I look and I say, thank you for buying a ticket. You didn't have to, but you did. And I thank you. I don't, I love and appreciate my fans. I love and appreciate y'all for letting me come on here. I love and appreciate everything I'm ever offered. And
And I thank you enough for taking your time out of your day and spending this time with us. And I mean that as well. It's a
listen,
blessing.
if I wouldn't have come on here, my girls would have had a dang fit. They my Listen, my oldest daughter, she called me. She said, "Mama," she said, "I cannot." I said, "I got a podcast to do." Stuff. She goes, "Well, who?" And I said, "Gypsy." She goes, "Oh my God, Mom!" I said, "What?" She goes, Oh my God. See, my kids are so fangirling right now.
Oh,
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
that means a lot to me for sure because you mean a lot to us at this point. After
Oh,
watching things we know, I am such a fan of you. You just don't even know. You know,
thank
we
you.
have a lot in common. You've done reality, and we done reality. Well, would you say that the reality shows had any like what type impact would you say your reality show had on you? Because for us, obviously, the good always comes with a little bit of bad, but thankfully, we haven't had too much bad from ours.
The only thing about it, when you try to go on like family vacations, say to big amusement parks or the beach or something, we all, especially if we're together, we get bombarded like crazy. And I love all my fans. Don't get me wrong. But there's your moments you're happening. You're like you want to go incognito.
Well, I'm not there yet. I might get recognized at Walmart, or at a restaurant. But I'm not there yet. And I mean, I would say that, like when I had to go to the bathroom, that was a time I wasn't ready for it, right? I was like, girl, I got to go. Um, but I, it is hard because people, they want to know the behind the scenes and they want to know what happened, on the reality show. And it was a part of my life that it really puts you in a different, you know, situation where either you can either you can go, "Oh, that was an experience," or like I went into that show not to really be on the reality show, but to have that Netflix logo so I could further my career. Cause I was having every door slammed in my face. I had comedy clubs. No, let me rephrase that. Not comedy clubs, but I had a comedy club that actually told me we don't book women. They don't sell tickets. Yeah.
Oh my.
And yeah. And I've actually said, "You know what? That's cool, because 'cause I'll book a theater. Wait until I get more popular, and I'll book a theater right next door to you, and I'll sell it out, and I'll be danged if I didn't."
Say, hey, they only hurt themselves by telling you that because you know your potential. Your fans got your back to the end. That's one thing about, you come up in this world and you just fangirl, people really love you for your heart. And nothing more, baby, that one will take you places you've never been. And obviously you're on the road because you've had a lot of success.
With her being, with her saying that, how is life on the road? Like actually on the road and touring.
Well, I've got to tour with some amazing features. I've toured with Jimmy Kimry, who was on the road with me and featuring, and he's wonderful. My Tennessee show, I'm going to be with Brandon Rainwater, and he's been my mentor in the comedy industry. Um, Physically, it can be hard when you're going. You got to be at this show, get in your car, drive 8 hours, get out of your car, go on stage, perform, then go to the next state. It's no different than a touring band.
Yeah, I think you need a tour bus.
Or it's touring van, like she just says.
Honey,
You
if I made that kind of money, I'd have it, but Shelly don't make that kind of money.
there. You're getting there, Shelly. And I have faith in you. You are a rising but very well-known person. And
You bands that has the beds like that makes it do little beds and stuff. It's actually me.
yeah, you know what, though, Edie? On the side note of the bed, I do have one question for you that I would just, my heart thrives to know because I know that you've been in this for a little bit. What would you say one of your most unforgettable moments?
You had with Nottingham.
Yeah, that you've had with an audience, because I can only imagine.
So
Shelly,
you mean good or bad, or
Whatever you had an impact on you that stuck with you, whether it's good or bad.
okay? So my comedy special was at the Pickens Performing Arts Center in Liberty, South Carolina. That's where I filmed it. And the very first time I ever performed there, is when I was first starting out and I had 30 people show up. And it's almost a 700 seating theater. I had 30 people. And I was like, I went up to the owner who was so wonderful. And I said, please give me another chance and let me come back. And he said, next year, work on everything, come back. Next year I went back and it was 100 people. And I said, please let me come back. It'll be better. He said, Dindy, he said, that was his name, Dindy. He said, Shelly, you always got a home here. Anytime you want to come back. The next time I went back, I had 600 people. Then at my comedy special that was filmed in August, I sold it out.
Oh my goodness, girl.
That's awesome.
So,
What?
and I remember, I'll tell you a great story. So Zany's in Nashville. It is a nationally world-known comedy venue. And I remember seeing people there and I was like, man, I want to do that one day. I would give anything to be on that stage. So I reached out to Lucy just out of a whim. I didn't have a manager, nothing. And I said, I would love a chance if you could just give me a chance to come. And she booked me out of nowhere. She booked me on the worst day of the week. I get there, I'm in tears. I'm just crying. I'm so happy. Danged if it didn't have an ice storm. An ice storm. 22 people showed up. And I said, Lucy, please give me another chance. Again, same thing. Had about 100 people show up. And about a year later, I reached back out to her and I said, can I come back out? And then the next time I went, I sold it out. And then I went back again and sold it out. This time, the last time I was there, Brian Dorfman, the owner, he came back in the dressing room and about passed out. He's like the who's who of the comedy world. And he come back and he goes, tell me about yourself. So I told him about myself. And he said, what would you think about headlining at the Nashville Comedy Festival? I went from nothing to now I'm actually headlining where I'd always dreamed of doing a show at the comedy festival. And that's like the who's who of comedians.
Well, you want to
And
know you got good going for you in that area and what's being so successful for you as an outsider looking in? You're not scared to say certain things to other people. You're out there and you don't hold
And
back.
I'm not scared to ask either.
And that's something very important for you. Very good.
if you don't ask, you don't ever know. I like I said, I've had the door slammed in my face. I've had people tell me no. I have done shows in some of the biggest redneck biker bars you've ever been into in your life. I've had it has been crazy. But I have never turned down an opportunity.
Because
I've
you've never
always
up there. You've took every opportunity that's got you where you're at today. And you have a new comedy show coming out soon. What can
the
fans expect from that? I'm excited.
I am too. I almost just have to pinch myself sometimes, and but now that I've done this, I have, goals. And now that I'm doing Zanies, now I want to do the Ryman Theater, which is the old Grand Ole Opry.
I just toured that. Look, so we were going to Nashville a lot last summer. And one of the last time I went back this winter, I went in November and I kept begging my husband and begging him, I want to go to the Grand Ole Opry. I didn't get to go to the Ryman. I am this summer, sometime soon, because we're only 3 hours from there. I'm going. I did, but I got to go to the newer Grand Ole Opry. Man, it was the best experience. Just going all the dressing room that the country singers has been in. I had a ball. Right by myself, I had a ball going through all those.
No, it was always lit down there. Yeah.
I ain't
You
going
can
to the.
feel the spirits in there.
So that's somewhere you're looking to go. You just haven't got to go there yet. I have faith in you. I think you're going to get your honey up right in
gonna
there.
do it. I'm gonna do it. I will do it. I'm going to perform at the Ryman.
And you work at that just like it took you working at all the places you went that's got you where you are today.
How did this special come about? Like, what made it happen?
So it's so crazy because again, I reached out to one of the biggest talent agencies that there is. And I'm like, if this person can get picked up by them, so can I. So I reached out to them, and this little young guy, boy, he was a go-getter, and he loved me. He said, Shelly, I think you'd be great for I can't say the name of the company, but he said, let me take you to the table and see what they say. Well, they said no. He said, that's bull crap. He goes, let me get you in touch with Jack Vaughn, who is used to be the president of Comedy Central. Now he is with Sirius XM. And he's like, I started talking to him and he goes, let's do a comedy special. And the, he said, I'm going to get with Charlie Vonville and then my booking agents or my manager, AGI, they all got together with Comedy Dynamics and super nice guys. And obviously I had to go back to where I started, and that was and my home in South Carolina, and that's how I wound up doing my comedy special.
That's awesome. Do you tell people where they would be able to buy you special at to watch?
Absolutely, but before I do, I have some exciting news that just happened before I got on here. I mean, before I, y'all will be the first ones to know. Are you ready? So so of course my comedy special, you can find it on Amazon Prime TV, Apple TV, Google Play, ComedyDynamics.com, YouTube TV, Vimeo. But before I got on your show, I was just picked up by Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Diddle, and Deez.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I was just getting ready to ask you, what can your fans expect out of you over the next couple years, or without asking it, you just said it. You are blowing up.
So I'm doing that, and I'm like I said, I'm trying to write a book as well. And my next goal is to have my own sitcom.
Maybe we could be you guests on there.
I tell you,
Yes,
we're coming to swing.
that would be a hoot. Listen, that would be wild. Shelly Belly meets the Gypsy sisters.
And
Let's do it.
yeah, because we would be just excited to truly meet up with you and actually have a time with you, as you would feel the same about us. No difference whatsoever. I feel like we would just instantly click like family. What that I watched has been like, I swear, you are an authentic. You were born to do what you do. Well, we talked to you so much off topic. Was there anything that you wanted to know about us? I know we've asked all kind of stuff about you, but we ain't even give you a test.
So yes, I have questions. Absolutely. So what was it like? Like, what were you? Okay, like you've done the reality show and everything. Like, what was it like being asked, and what were you doing at the time that you were asked to do a reality show?
Well, my cousin Nettie, which was a main cast member, she called me and she told me that there was these people that's how she said it from the UK that had come out over on this side of the world, and they were looking to film what they call my big fat American gypsy weddings, which over in the UK gypsies, UK gypsies and American gypsies are different. No, there is no, not in a bad way or a good way. There's just no comparison. Like for gypsies, UK, their weddings would be those like ragging things you ever listen. The girls will tell you how there's hits is getting cuts from the amount of the weight of the dresses that they would wear. And like up here in us, we don't do things the same way. So when we got the opportunity to be able to go on there and mix with Gypsy weddings from the UK versus over here, we had got it was a big game changer. But we only went on there to partake in one episode. It was that one episode turned into four, and then after that was done, our 4 episodes that we took part in was the highest ratings on the entire network, and that's how we landed our own spinoff.
Which
That's
was
awesome.
and here it is, like 10 years. We haven't been on TV and well, we got reruns and all that. But still 10 years later, we still have a huge, huge fan base. It's insane. People just know me by my voice. I've been sitting in restaurants and had people turn around and go, and start flipping out. I'm like, people panic, stuff up and down, cry. It's been insane. But it just really lets you know that you touch people all the more. Like most of we're very outgoing, just as yourself. If you weren't so outgoing, you wouldn't be the comedian you are. And I'm gonna tell you something, speaking on being a comedian, they're one of my favorite phrases from yours. I'll never forget, and I just watched it. When you said that your mom wanted you to pull her pants up or pants leg up, and you said, "Oh no, I've all been and seen you do positions I never even knew was possible with Dad. You gonna pull your own leg up."
I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do. My mama used to do that. That
It's
to me
over
all the
laughing when you said that. It was
She
so
did
weird.
that to me all the time, wanting me to put her, help her pull her pants. Cause my mama, she was a plus size woman, okay, and she'd tell me, cause my mama could cook, okay. I mean, that woman can cook, and you knew she could. She was taste testing everything, cause she's a big gal, and so she couldn't get over. And I'm not lying. My comedy is true life. My mother's middle toe was about that long. It would hang over flip flops.
She
And
wouldn't wear flops because of the way her toe was.
yeah, because it would get a blister on the bottom because it would drag the concrete.
Oh
And so, yeah, it was the ugliest toe you've ever seen in your life.
You joked. I didn't know you was for real.
Yeah, it's the listen. Everything you hear is the truth, no lie.
So
And
you intertwine your life through comedy. That's what makes you different because I feel authentic.
You want to know something? If the cameras was ever around on moments that they should be instead of the moments that they are, if they would get behind the scene moments with our family, they'd get a hell of a show because it'd be a fun one.
It'd be a gold line.
Just
listen,
it's funny all the time. It's always something funny or crazy going on. It's just hilarious.
listen, I already have a bit just since I've been on here about y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, she likes to talk and don't let me say anything. I take over as
So you listen. We we sitting here about to film, and she done jumped up and ran to the damn front door. I been on the dang minute.
I can't even help it. But she gets on my nerves. So we're 3 years apart. We could do a show right by ourselves. It's hilarious because a phrase, not like literally kill each other, but I can literally like kill her because she thinks she's the mother hen of me, and she looks at me like I'm a kid. To say, "Oh, you went in on the show and you stuff we can laugh." I just feel I want to choke her sometimes. Like, yeah.
I'm you.
And she don't ever let me talk. And she's very loud and outspoken.
Is she?
Yes, you gotta be heard. Sometimes you just have to be heard. God,
Lord.
I guess.
Listen, I wouldn't say that I'm loud. I'm kind of like laid back a little bit. Like when I'm on stage, that's my platform to be loud and proud and to be funny. So when I'm not on stage, I'm just kind of laid back. But I'm gonna tell you, you let my kids make me mad. I'm gonna tell you, the devil comes out in me. You hear me? I mean, and my mama, she'll make me so darn mad. I'll tell her, I'll say, Mama, don't do it, not today. Don't
You
say,
say your dad was a long haul driver, truck driver, and you
yeah,
said there was times that you were getting trouble, and your mom would say, "Just wait till he gets home. You're going to get that ass crap." And you said that'd be the longest 2 or 3 weeks of your life, knowing that you're going to get home and whip your ass. I said, "Lord, it sounds just like us growing up."
yeah. I mean, who does it? Why don't you just go ahead and get, get a spoon or something and just whoop me with it instead of me sitting there waiting? I get off the school bus, go home, go on to your room and get your homework and get your stuff done. And I'm like, please let me go outside. I done told you your daddy be home in 2 weeks. And when he gets home and you get your butt wore out, you can do whatever you want to. I'm just like, have you ever seen a child just begging to get their ass whooped? I'm sitting there on the bed, just whoop me, so I can go outside.
Let me tell you something about this girl right here. She could be sitting right here on this podcast, doing this podcast today, right? Her daughter or somebody can call her. She'll look at her husband. Yep, next thing I know, they'll be flying to Florida or going on a vacation. See, I like playing stuff and I like to do what I'm doing. She's the spirit of a moment. And we fuck kids doing that, just like the podcast. I call her, I'm like, yeah, you got to be here early. She's the boss of everything.
Is she?
Boss. She's the boss.
I mean, I don't take that title completely, but
She's the boss. Tell her how quick you'll get up and go to Florida. Florida's your favorite person to
and they don't relate to me, but she's a comedian and she's all over the world too, baby. We don't let nothing hold us back. So you gotta like that.
Oh, but I think we're going to plan a cruise or whatever, like for real when. Oh, I don't know, maybe
Dude,
next.
I want to go. I want to do a cruise.
I know we've been really talking about that really hard. The only reason I wouldn't go is if I can't take my dog. If my dog can get on that boat, I'm gone. I'm cleaning it as for a kid.
Well, there's a cruise line. I can't say the name of it. But there's a cruise line, and now I saw it the other day advertising. They're letting you bring 2 cats and 1 dog onto 2 cats or 1 dog onto their cruise line now.
Well, count me in.
I'll have to talk to you off of here to figure out what cruise line that is.
Count me in on that cruise. I'm down. As long as my dog can go, I'm ready. That's my next venture.
I know, right? I'd be like, heck yeah. I mean, like half the boat should be for dogs and your animal. But see, the thing of it is people be trying to sneak ferrets on the damn ship.
Yeah.
Left and we need.
Oh man, it would be a time if we was all on that boat together. My goodness.
Listen,
Wow.
you would find me in the casino.
My husband too. He loves
That's what-
it.
Love it.
We all like to game low here and there. That's for dang sure. Because you never know. You go in there and win big money on just a little bit of money.
He likes cracks and he's been itching like crazy. And we're like 2 hours from there, so.
See, when I'm at home, me and my husband, we go play bingo.
Oh, I used to play bingo too. I like bingo. I
Them
love
them women in bingo can be mean as a devil. Them old
Oh,
women, they can be mean as a devil.
it'll get your ass on the corner of that chair, got ready to start spitting nails.
And
Don't they? Don't they? They in bingo with too much rinse in their hair and wanting to be all rude and stuff and their hair's purple as all get out. And you telling me and you get mad at me because I took your seat. You need to work on your purple hair is what you need to do.
I can't. I want to tell you something, girl. We have had the best time with you today. And I honestly cannot thank you enough for taking your time out of your day to spend with us and extend our gratitude to your daughters that are fans of us. We think the world of that. We appreciate it in more ways than you'll ever know. And I cannot wait to see where life takes you. And I will be at a show of yours. And that's on everything. I'm coming to a show of yours. When you come to Knoxville, I'd like to meet you there.
Absolutely. We'll have a martini.
Well, right down where you on TikTok or something and give you a message. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, do. But I think y'all, I mean, y'all could have invited any guest you wanted to. Honestly, you could have invited anybody you wanted to, but you asked me, and I'm so thankful for that. Thank you, and for letting me talk about my comedy special and all that. I appreciate y'all so much, and now y'all are my family too now.
That's exactly right. We appreciate you all the same, and nothing but love and respect here, girl. I hope this journey takes you somewhere that's beyond paradise, and I mean that.
Yes.
Well, I want to make enough money to get a lower facelift. That's the first thing I want to do, because my neck is starting to look like an uncircumcised penis, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And when you said when the older we get, what was it? You said the cooter gets big and stretched out too. I said, damn.
Your butthole. It's like a hair tie. The older you get, the looser it gets.
Up and spread out.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to the point now where I'm just gonna go braless. I mean, you can't see them anyway because they sag down.
I've been telling my husband for 2 weeks now. So I clean cabins. I cleaned them, then I took a break, and I'm back doing it again, right? Just because I can't sit still. I'm a fidgety person, so I have to be doing something. I've been telling him for about 2 weeks now. I said, honey, I said, I can't wear bras in here. I want these, the comfortable bralette things. I said, I gotta stop. Since when I lay down, I find myself doing this number all the time, pulling the bra. I'm like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna go get me them comfortable sports bra things, and I'm gonna start wearing them.
I'm gonna do something because I don't have much. I belong to the itty bitty titty committee, and I don't have much. But I'm gonna tell you, I got cuts. You know when you have the bra, look at them deep cuts. Now you know that a dang man created these darn things, because a woman wouldn't have created these. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm about ready to get rid of it. You can't find a bra, especially when you get older, because they kind of come down here. Now you got a big old gap right here, and you just can't find one that fits.
I'm over it. I think I'm with it with you.
Yeah, I
Say
agree.
y'all look pretty well up here. Y'all
Well,
pretty
it's
stacked.
augmentation. It's about the implants.
Yeah.
Is it? See, I'm not worried. See, I used to worry about from here down and want to get all that done. Not no more. I want to get up here now. To hell with all that. I just want to go from here up.
I think you're a beautiful woman with a beautiful soul, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But I do want to get that done. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to have to go to Puerto Rico to get it done, or to Guatemala to get it done, because it's real cheap there.
Well, one thing about women, we try to keep up with our appearance, but you said something right on your special. You said the damn men don't care what we look like. With the lights on or lights off, they appreciate us no matter the way we are. And
Yeah.
that is some freaking truth. A man that's not and is like not as bad on us as we are on ourselves. So take it a little easy on yourself.
Well, the men nowadays don't care to have a decent woman. They want more.
Strip. Well, that's what
Well,
she called all the girls in Vegas. She said they call herself showgirls, but I call them whores. But then she started tripping on herself too. I just died laughing.
listen, if you can't make fun of yourself, who can, I mean, who can you make fun of? Marriage is funny.
I agree with
I
you.
make fun of myself. Right now, I'm currently on a diet right now because I went up some pounds, and I'm looking in the mirror making fun of myself, and really I'm not. I really want to lose weight for the summer, but it's hard. Struggle's real.
Get you some trizipatide, baby. That's what I got.
I was taking that, but she talked me out of it.
I'm a little worried about that stuff. I want to, without really going into too much detail, I know people and very healthy people that just up and died 8 months after getting on meth. It worries.
So these empty.
I'm not on. Oh, that's Ozempic. Yeah, no, I'm not on Ozempic. I'm on trizipatide, but I don't take it no more.
I tried the trazipatide and I took it in my last, and the Jamie was nauseous. And the very last time I took it, got real sick. I wouldn't take it anymore. I get really
Really?
sick.
Oh, well, don't do that like that.
Well, Shelly, we really appreciate you so much for taking your time to come and chit chat with us. I have had a blast with you today, and I cannot wait to meet you, the real person, girl. And please be sure one more time to tell everyone where they can come and find your stuff and watch you.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to go to one place to find everything, you can go to my website, shellybellycomedy.com. But you can also find me on, I had to write it down because there's so much. Amazon Prime TV, Apple TV, comedydynamics.com, YouTube TV, Vimeo, and all streaming music networks, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and just everywhere. And so go and check me out, watch my stand up. If leave me a 5-star review, that's so important. And because if you leave me a 5-star review and you love it, well, that makes other people pick it up. So
Exactly right. We'll most certainly be one of your very next 5-star reviews because we personally think the world of you. I think you're amazing.
y'all are too. Thank y'all so much for having me. And like I said, the name of my comedy show is Don't You Judge Me. My comedy tour is Unapologetically Me, and you can catch me on tour as well.
Absolutely amazing. Well, guys, everyone, be sure to come back next time when we discuss season 4, episode 4, Drum, a Rattle, and a Gypsy Bet. That sounds fun.
As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and send in all your burning questions. Bye, guys.
There you go.